What's up, samurais? This is Pasha with your video on the second thing that moves universal energy. Yesterday we talked about consent, and today we're going to talk about intent. Why are you doing what you're doing? And why are other people doing what they're doing? What is your intent and what is their intent? Okay? It's really important to understand before you make decisions and before you agree to specific things what someone else's intent is. All right? Why? Because you have to give your consent. And the same for them. If you are getting into an agreement with someone, you should let them know what your intent is, and then you agree upon the mutually beneficial intent. Now, this is the trap that a lot of people get into, and they don't understand how consent and intent work together. All right? So, there's a lot of companies out there that give stuff for free. All right? They're giving it for free. And then as you're logging on, let's say we're talking about Facebook or social media. As you're logging on, they say that you need to agree to their terms. Okay? So in those terms is their intent. Did you know that? Do you read those terms? You should, because you're consenting to them. So when you actually consent to these things because they told you your intent, their intent, you're saying it's okay for whatever they want to do as long as it was in that terms of service. Okay? And so that's where we actually start to see where people aren't reading what they're consenting to because they're getting mad at what that service is now doing that was in the terms of service that they agreed to. So it's very important that if you're going to give your consent, that you know the other person's intent. And that's why you've always been taught to read contracts, or you should be taught that. If you haven't been taught it, you now know. You should read your contracts. All right? Because if you don't know the intent. Even though it's been spelled out, because this is a free will universe. The intent must be spelled out, or they're actually breaking a law of the universe. So, do you spell out your intent? So, if you are not spelling out your intent before having people agree to what you want them to agree to, you are breaking a law of the universe. Did you know that? And did you know that when you do that, you are now consenting to have the same thing done to you? So, again, it's important to understand how consent and intent work together and understand how you should be using them also. So, tomorrow, we're going to talk about the third thing, not the last thing that moves the universe, but the third thing that I'm going to talk about that moves universal energy and can assist you in manifesting your dreams if you are aware of how you're using it.